Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, introduce, my name is Salma Hamidah Siti Pramesti and with my partner Alyaa Hannifah Meylasari. In this video, we want to present our group's work. Our first topic is about discourse. First, definition of discourse. Any coherent succession of sentences, spoken or in most usage writing. This entry in the dictionary is an example of discourse, like with a novel, like with a speech by a politician or lecture to students, like with an interview, or any other sort of speech events in which successive sentences or utterances hang together, often equivalent to text. Already the term discourse is seen to be being used extremely diversely, but within linguistics and its subdisciplines and within other areas of the social science and humanities, particularly sociology, are historical reasons where these are dealt with by Hodge 1984. So while it will always be possible to find the term being used in other ways, a basic definition can be given as follows. Discourse as a mass noun only, and in its rather strict linguistic sense, refers to connected speech or writing occurring at suprasentential levels, or at levels greater than the single sentence. Methods of formal linguistics could be used to understand how sentences are connected, and not simply the formal structure which exists within the sentence itself. However, most discourse analysts these days prefer to work with naturally occurring data, actual talk, actual text, and to pursue the local contextual features and social functions of them rather than their purely linguistic properties. In this sense, a focus on discourse entails a certain linguistics away from competence and the language and towards performance and parallels. Therefore, to analyze the meanings of implicit meanings in conversation, one must rely on implicature studies. Although these utterances contain implicatures, the types of implicatures are not easy to define. There are four types of implicatures. First, conventional implicatures. Second, conversational implicature. Third, general conversational implicatures. And finally, particularized conversational implicatures. Each type has characteristics such as can be cancelled, countable, removable, conventionally, and determinate. Our second topic is implicature and cooperative principles. Implicature. An implicature something the speaker suggests or implies within utterance, even though it's not literally explicit. Implicatures can aid in communicating more efficiently than by explicitly saying everything we want to communicate. This phenomenon is part of pragmatics, a subdiscipline of linguistics. Therefore, to analyze the meaning of implicit meaning in conversation, someone must rely on implicature study. Even the utterance contents of implicature, the types of the implicature is not easy to define. Conventional implicature. Donovan was poor but happy. This sentence is logically equivalent to, that is, has the same truth conditions as poor and happy Donovan. Also, the word but has a contrasting meaning. Overall, the sentence means something like, surprisingly, Donovan is happy despite being poor.
Conversation implicature. Alan, are you going to pause party? But I have to work. They depend on the characteristic of the context of the conversation and are not determined by the conventional meaning of the spoken sentence. The main feature is Alan's question. Did he ask, "What are you going to do today?" Verb could be implying something completely different, that he will work. By saying the same thing, that he has to work. Grace compares the implicature of conversation with conventional implicature, which he means are those that are determined by the meaning of the sentence usage. Generalized conversation implicature. A. I'm looking for a girl to date. B. Text you. She's beautiful. A. Oh, she's not pretty. Since B provided information about Sue's attractiveness, she had to state the greatest degree of attractiveness she had. Since she doesn't say beautiful any higher than just pretty, she's definitely beautiful but not pretty. Particularized conversational implicature. A. What on earth has happened to the roast beef? B. The dog is looking very happy. In the above exchange, A will likely derive the implicature the dog ate the roast beef from B's statement. This is due to A's belief that B is observing the conversational maxim of relation or relevance in the specific context of A's question. In addition to identifying phenomenon implicature and classifying their types, Gray developed a theory designed to explain and predict conversational implicature and to describe how those implicature are understood. Gray postulates the general principle of cooperation and the four principles that define how to be cooperative. It is common knowledge, he stressed, that people generally follow these rules for efficient communication. In social sciences, in general and linguistics in particular, the cooperative principle describes how people achieve effective conventional communication in general social situations, namely how listener and speaker act cooperatively and accept each other to be understood in a certain way. Grace extends his cooperative principle with the following four conversational principles, according to which anyone who wants to engage in meaningful and convincing conversation should follow quantity, say no less than the conversation needs, say no more than the conversation needs. Quality, don't say what you believe is wrong. Don't say this that are lacking evidence. Why? Don't run away. Don't ambiguous. Be short, be orderly. Relevance.
Okay, that's all a presentation from us. If you have questions, you can ask the WhatsApp group. Thank you for watching our video.